Thank you tonight for the readings and also for the testimonies. I'm grateful to hear that healing is alive and well in our church. In studying and praying this morning, I turned to And Watch's Prayers Arguments. It was compiled by Carpenter but written by Mrs. Eddy, an extract from one of her letters in which she states, and this is on page 134, "The churches and the students must be secondary to the example of Jesus. And if he were here personally, to his call upon his students, 'Watch with me.' Had they watched with him 1 hour or 1 year and so saved losing him, you can see where the history of Christianity would be today and how many years it will take to recover that lost opportunity. Demonstration, healing the sick, and helping your leader is needed more than all things else at this time. Unspoken influences are mentally at work to keep you and all my students from doing either of these duties aforenamed." Now, I am so very grateful for the teaching that we received in this church. It emphasized these points, the first one being to watch with me. Mrs. Eddy is saying that here, if the disciples had watched, we would be much further along in our demonstration of science. And you see, we had the same thing happen again at her passing. Watching was even unheard of at that time because the way the books were suppressed. So I am so grateful that those books, quote, unauthorized books, have been revised, like the one I am reading from, Watch's Prayers Arguments, in which we are taught how to watch, and that we put great emphasis on the importance of watching. And then demonstration. We're taught here, all of us, how to demonstrate. And that means how to work and play in all that we do, to do it with God under his guidance, not doing it ourselves humanly, but learning how to do it divinely. Healing the sick, yes, all of us, all that we heard tonight, every one of you learning how to heal the sick through compassion and understanding of the Christ science. And then helping your leader. We have also learned here the tremendous importance of seeing Mrs. Eddy correctly, to realizing her place as the woman in the apocalypse. As we've talked about an article by David Keaston, what prospers healing? Well, what prospers healing is seeing her correctly. And it is also doing all these other things, to take up the cross and to do this work. And we do know, as Mrs. Eddy says, scientists are known by the fewness and the faithfulness of its followers. So I am grateful tonight for all of you taking up this cross, doing this work wholeheartedly, so that this healing work goes on and continues, not just to bless ourselves, but to bless the whole world, the spiritualization of mankind. I'm so grateful to be here tonight. I'm so grateful for Christian Science, our dear leader. Thank you all.